Every path of awakening into higher levels of consciousness is literally just built on steps, which are triggers in your life. It doesn't matter what the trigger is, if it's causing a lot of emotional overwhelm, if it's highly charged, especially if it feels connected to something from your past. This is literally showing you what your next step is in terms of your spiritual growth and evolution. And this is why I feel so strongly that emotional healing is inherently tied into a spiritual path. And if it's not something that you're focused on or you don't think it's that important, this is your message to let you know it is inherent into this process. So how do you meet your triggers? Are they something that you feel a lot of shame around? Do you think that you shouldn't actually feel the way that you do? Because ultimately the thing that allows us to progress on this journey is when we can meet ourselves in a way where we're not trying to change the thing that is coming to the surface, but allow it to breathe, allow it to be seen, and then see what can transform from it just being recognized and witnessed. When we give space like this to our triggers, it is what allows them to finally transmute or decide what is next. Because ultimately it is parts of self that are being exposed and that are needing our attention and care. And sometimes it can take years for us to work through one specific thing, or it can literally be minutes and suddenly it's like, okay, I just needed it to be seen and now that has transmuted, right? It's moved forward. But the point is, we cannot actually progress forward until we fully witness and allow what the emotion is coming forward to be fully recognized and accepted by us, by our hearts, to open our hearts to it, even if it feels ridiculous, even if we're so tired of this particular thing coming up again. If it's there, it's meaningful to us in this moment. This eclipse season is really priming us to be able to work with some deep and perhaps very old emotions that are rising to the surface and ones that are very much ready for us to clear away. And it's actually really beautiful the way that it works often, because the higher of the steps that we go, the deeper internally that we are also allowed to go. So don't be surprised if things you thought you'd already processed or stuff that you just didn't think was an issue are starting to arise as you become more sensitized, as you become more and more of yourself, or move more and more towards self, capital S, remembrance. And if you're feeling the need for some extra support during eclipse season, I have a heart activation that's available for free right now that can get you through some deep grief recovery and also just states where you can learn how to open the heart more fully. You can find it by clicking on the link to my YouTube channel, and then once you're on that page, the first link there is my tap link and it'll come up right away. It'll say free heart activation. I hope that serves you well. Bye y'all.